Okay, I'll see if this is working. I'm doing this right off of my phone, so I don't know how good the quality is really going to be. Because the last one I tried ended up getting so screwed up that the video was in landscape, but was being, squished to portrait orientation, and I couldn't rotate, so I don't know what was going on with that. But anyway, I'm doing this over my Wi-Fi because it just somehow magically started working again. That's going to be the subject of this. I know there's some people who may or may not watch, and, that's fine. But, no, I'm going to just go off on a little bit of a rant here, just because I need to get this out of my system, and I think it's completely necessary that I do this. Because we're paying customers. We shouldn't have to experience this kind of bullshit. So let me begin. So, not only have we had to deal with their inconsistent phone service people who sometimes sound like they're from Indo-fucking-nesia, and I'm saying this quite literally because they sound like that. The places that they have their stupid customer service in are terrible because all you hear is nothing but background noise. You can barely understand the people to begin with. It sounds like they're reading off some fucking paper that they're like, "Okay, sir, we can do this for you." And oh my god, I cannot stand people like that. And especially on customer service as well. And that's not the only thing. When we got our service, about freaking time when we did, about a month after we ordered this stupid son of a bitch, but that's beside the point. Yeah, we've been having inconsistent reliability. And what I mean by this is the fact that some days it works just fine. We get great service, great reliability, the thing's fast, stream 1080p all you want, works just fine. Other days, which something like today and yesterday, when we come back from our beach trip, instantly walk in the house and see that the internet light's blinking red. Reboot the router, seems to come back just fine, but then the service never worked quite right. I mean, I try to stream something, and all I get is 144p. And I go to stream something else, and it's just ridiculously slow. I mean, for a 25 meg service, I don't want 144p. And to make matters worse, the stupid thing only streams for 1 minute to 3 minutes if you're lucky, and then it just cuts out and just stops, and you have to refresh the whole page. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. I mean, for frig's sake, I like my service that I'm paying for, and all I'm getting is crap. Absolute garbage. And I go to reboot it, and I lose internet. Of all the things that I'd like to do when I'm rebooting the router to try and fix its unreliable service, is to have it drop the ball and not understand what the fucking internet connection is. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. I've waited a month for the service, I get it, and then it's been nothing but hell after I get it in the first place. Every other day I have to log into the stupid firmware, and I have to reboot it, when I should never have to do that. Never! I mean, if I'm upgrading the firmware, that's a different thing. But this is an entirely different situation where the internet service itself is unreliable. And I know that there was some kind of a note by the technician saying that we had unreliable phone lines, but they're both being detected, they're both carrying DSL service, they're both not unreliable, because we had a business fucking phone line through them before, through Centurylink, mind you, from one of my mom's previous jobs, and we never had a problem with it. In fact, it works just fine. I mean, it worked just fine for the, year or two that we had those phone lines. And somehow now, when we get internet through those same phone lines that have never been touched until just now when we installed the bonded DSL service, it just somehow doesn't work the way it should. And that's not right. That is not okay. I mean, the technician's like, "Oh, this phone line's crap." Well, then do something about it, you dumbass. I mean, for crying out loud, you're the one installing the service. You want to keep your customer. Do something about the shitty phone line then. I mean, oh my god. Are people retarded or what? I mean, yeah, it might sound like a broken record or something, but come on. I'm paying for the service, or we're paying for the service. I'm not paying for it, but I'm putting this in quote marks because I'm the customer, technically, in this scenario, which I am. I should be expecting service that works, for the most part, all the time. I mean, I can get it if there's bad weather, the phone lines are inconsistent. I get it. Bad weather can sometimes do that to an internet connection. I expect that. because it's commonplace for our area. I expect something to go wrong. I expect something to not work. But when the weather is sunshine, happy days, 80, 90 degree weather, and it cuts out like this, where I lose internet for who knows how long, despite the fact the DSL lines reconnect, I have no internet, which is bullshit, because if the DSL lines reconnect and they show bandwidth coming through, that's internet. So why the fuck am I not getting it? I mean, that's stupid. It's, baloney. I can't put the insert in there like I did the MacBook fail video. I'm sorry, but it's a live stream. What can I do? But, for fuck's sake. I really am sounding like a broken record here, but that's what I'm trying to get at. Is it keeps coming back. It will not stop. And why I have to put up with this bullshit, I don't know. Why I have to continue to sit here and fight with this piece of shit, I don't know. I really do not know. And I swear, if it happens one more time, and I am limiting myself to one more time, that this piece of crap cuts out and drops the ball and does this stupid, inconsistent bullshit, then I'm going to be most certainly calling their customer care, and I'm going to be like, look, this is what's going on. I've been putting up with this for a month. I figured that was the weather. But no, the weather is not the problem. If this thing cuts out every other day when it feels like it. And that's what I'm getting at. I look away, and this thing just stops working. And that's not what I want. I'm tired of walking in here, and I'm tired of disconnecting cables, and I'm tired of not having the service that we're paying for. I am tired of unreliable service that is expensive as fuck. Come on. You're advertising 1 gig bandwidth in bigger areas. Well, I don't fucking see it. I don't see my fiber fucking networking. I'm stuck with this DSL bullshit, which runs through these phone lines. Oh, your phone lines might be garbage. You fucker. You're an absolute fucker. Really? Do you not think our phone lines are fucking bad around here? They're crappy enough as it is. You're lucky the phone even freaking works around here. My grandma's phone might be even lucky to work. Half the time I call it, I get a fucking busy signal, for God's sake. What? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? For crying out loud. But, that doesn't really... this sort of thing doesn't cut it for me. When we're paying almost $60 a month, and yes, that's exactly what we're paying, because it used to be $113 for HughesNet, which, thank God, it's less money for faster service, mind you. I shouldn't expect this sort of crap. I don't want this crap. I want it to work. At least with HughesNet, and I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, I probably did, but even though HughesNet was slower than balls, at least it worked. And at least it was consistent performance. At least it worked. Granted, I was sick and tired of the data cap, but no matter what, it worked. Yeah, it took forever to connect. Yes, the download speeds and upload speeds were highly inconsistent depending on your data plan. What the heck? Seriously. Why? Why do I even put up with this? Really? Is this why Centurylink gets the reputation that they have, or what? God. And for those wondering, no, I don't get Comcast. No, I don't get Charter Spectrum. No, I don't get Time Warner Cable. I don't get any of those around here. The only ones I have are the local ISP known as GorgeNet, Centurylink, and HughesNet. Or dial-up. That's all we have. And Centurylink is pretty much the fastest option other than HughesNet Gen 5, which I didn't want anyway because it's still limited to 50 gigabytes of data, which is stupid as fuck. Seriously. Who the fuck wants a data cap in 2017 for their fucking Wi-Fi? Come on, HughesNet, get with the times. At least offer some kind of a unlimited data plan. For fuck's sake. Don't rip an arm and a fucking leg for it, but my God, 50 gigs just doesn't cut it anymore. And you're advertising your internet for oh, you can do this, you can do that, you can do all sorts of things. And no, because you have to fit it within that 50 gig data cap. Because if you don't, your internet speeds are going to be slower than fucking dial-up. And believe me, I had to deal with that several fucking months, maybe even a year of straight up dial-up speeds for $113 fucking a month. That's not okay. I mean, I've dealt with crap internet before. Don't get me wrong. But that was garbage. Data caps are just freaking garbage. It's nice to have something that actually doesn't have a data cap on it, thank God. But, you know, yeah, that's exactly where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm probably going to leave this, because I've had enough swearing in a day. And I swear, Lord baby Jesus is going to come down and give me a slap on the face if I don't shut up. So, I should probably leave it at that. That and my throat's starting to kind of hurt too from all the high yelling I've had to do with this freaking phone. You know, to just get my point across here. I mean, this is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm paying the big bucks for their fastest service, which isn't even the fastest service that they provide in this area. And that's another rant I'll actually get on right now, actually, while I think about it. When your website mentions 40 meg service for, what was it, $34.95 or $39.95? I forget what it was. And then for our address, it's all of a sudden you only get 25 megs for more money. Why would I get less for more when I could get more for less in the same fucking area? I mean, the fuck's up with your website, people? Really? Really, what the fuck's up with your website? That's not okay. Why would I want less for more when in the same goddamn area I can get more for less? I mean, I never really understood that sort of thing. I never really did. And I guess I never will, because obviously our area is so inconsistent that in one part of town you can't even get Centurylink internet for some reason. And then in another part you can get their fastest, in quote marks, service. So why do I even bother, fighting about that sort of thing? But that was when I was ordering it. I mean, I've obviously got it. We're paying for it now, so that's one thing. But no, yeah, if this thing kicks off one more time, I'm definitely going to be giving their customer care the middle finger, because this is ridiculous. I don't know how many times I've had to come in here, unplug this stupid piece of crap, because it just stops working or it works inconsistently when I'm trying to use it. So, it's not a matter of the phone lines, like I mentioned, because the phone lines work. They're connected. They work just fine. They have bandwidth. Why am I not getting internet? That's the kind of thing I'm trying to get at here. And I'm pretty sure that it's not the phone lines. I mean, it could be the phone lines. I could be wrong. I mean, the second DSL line was what was noted as being a pile of crap, which the guy didn't even try to fix, because it only gets like 2 or 3 megs out the second DSL line, where the other one gets 13. And that should be 8 or 10 megs, and that should be 15. A margin of error, because DSL is never perfect. I get that, but, at least it should be close. I'm getting 15 megs, give or take, out of my 25 meg service, so it's like I'm paying for wasted 10 megs of service. So, that's that. And most likely I am going to have to call the customer care, because I swear, the next day that I look at this, then it's going to be red internet icon. It's not going to be blinking green, because I'm using it to stream this right now. So, I don't know. I give up. Like, if this is supposed to be the best internet option, it's just a pile of crap. Absolute pile of crap. So, yeah, I give up. Trying to troubleshoot, it gives me no answers, so I don't know. What I might try is doing a firmware upgrade on this, if Centurylink even has one. I might try upgrading the firmware if there's one available, and see if that fixes something. My guess is no, because Centurylink internet. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. I don't. I mean, it's like, I want to go back to HughesNet some days, because this thing just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And no, it's not because of the tin roof, because I get Wi-Fi in my room just fine. And I get full 25, not really, 15 meg service in my room. So that's not the problem. it's this stupid pile of crap. Because if I disconnect this, the stream will go offline. Or, no, my stream wouldn't go offline. It'll just go straight over my LTE and the quality will be reduced. But it would cause a hiccup in my stream. So, no, I'm not going to touch it. So, I guess while I'm here and I'm talking about stuff, I guess I'll go off on something else on a more positive note to make this a more positive stream. My beach videos are on queue for editing right now, and they're coming along just fine. My only major problem is right now is my iPhone 6s takes some really odd audio. The video come out just fine, but the audio is like muddy, it's like you really can barely hear my voice, and you know, that's on the road. And not only that, I've had to artificially boost it like at least 100 and something %. You know, because the normal audio level in iMovie is like 100%, but I have to boost it up to like 54% or something like that. But other than that, it's coming out just fine. I don't know when I'm going to get the first video done, considering I'm having to troubleshoot this piece of crap internet service. So my guess is that it's going to be probably not... Well, maybe it could be done by the end of tonight. We'll see what happens. If not, tomorrow night or something, because I'm a very busy person. I have a lot to do. Because I'm the only one who's in this household right now, and you know, I got a lot on my plate to do, so I guess that makes sense. On other news, those recent pickups that I got from that one yard sale, I'm currently trying to troubleshoot the compact Presario because I went to go uninstall some of the junkware that was actually on the hard drive on Windows 95, and for some reason, vmm32.vxd, which is the Windows bootloader, got fucked over, and so now it won't boot. It'll, you know, look like it's booting. You can get to the startup menu and you can boot to a DOS prompt, but that's it. You cannot get into Windows because every time it says that it requires MS-DOS 7.1, which I don't know why it says that, because I've tried replacing it several different times, that one file. The last one I tried I thought was in English. It turns out it was from Windows 95C, which probably explains why it wants DOS 7.1. And it was also in French, so that really didn't help matters any. So that was not fun. It still isn't fun. I still haven't got the thing to work. I know one person over on Discord was telling me that I should just reinstall Windows 95, but I don't want to because it's got all the drivers, it's got all the software, and I highly doubt that I'm ever going to get those back if I reformat the hard drive. Not to mention, it's one of those compacts where the BIOS setup is in the hard drive. And so I don't want to go around formatting this hard drive. I'll all of a sudden just lose the BIOS setup. I mean, you can still download that from HP Compact's website. You can still download that stuff, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not about to go trying it in case it just all of a sudden gets dropped. And then I can't download it ever again. And I'm left with a crippled system that's worth nothing. I don't want that. So, yeah, that's kind of a thing I've been working on the side alongside my beach videos. And in other news... this is kind of hilarious. I did the same thing to the HP Pavilion 6735 that I got as well. And that one, it ended up getting corrupted somehow because Windows Millennium ended up having some kind of Windows update for Windows Media Player. And then it ended up corrupting itself because now it won't even boot up past the setup is updating your files or something like that. And it does the stupid like 2% is less than 1% error or something stupid like that. And it never gets past it, so I can't boot into safe mode, I can't boot to a command prompt, I can't boot normally, I can't boot anything. It just gets stuck on that configuration, it just doesn't boot. So that one might be a more interesting troubleshooting thing. I might do another live stream on that if anybody's interested in that sort of thing. But, trying to figure out this streaming interface. It's not exactly the easiest to use on an iPhone, and probably wouldn't be any easier on an Android. But I digress. So that's one thing. I'm also thinking, because I have it, I might also do a video on Windows 8 consumer preview, because I actually got an ISO of that recently, and I want to do a video on that, because I actually have a couple of old Microsoft emails that are lurking in my inbox to this day, or actually I folded them, but I still have the emails. Back when Windows 8 consumer preview was a big deal, and it still had the classic Windows icon as well, which was kind of funny. So, maybe I'll demonstrate those, but, you know, that's one thing. So, yeah, maybe if anybody's interested in that, you know. obviously my beach videos are going to be uploaded in a sequential order, and then after that, normal video production will resume. I'll probably be working on some other things in the meantime, considering it's summertime. I don't have to go to school, so I'm not strapped on anything except for chores, really. So that's one thing. So, is there anything else I wanted to say other than the fact that Centurylink's a pile of shit? I don't know. I don't know. For those who are popping into my stream earlier, excuse my language. I tend to be kind of verbal when it comes to stuff like this. I really do. And if you haven't seen that bit, well, you'll certainly see it later. So go into it with some viewer discretion, because you'll definitely be experiencing a bunch of F-bombs. Because yeah, I was in a pretty heated temper when I was trying to describe my feelings about the service, because it really is not great. The reliability is just awful. And I know my mom's not here to really experience it, but I get to experience it a bunch. And I'm sure she'd agree with my feelings about how this is ridiculous. But she hasn't heard about it because she's never been home when it kicks off. Well, she has been a couple times. I shouldn't say that. I'll take back what I said, but whatever. So, at least it's working to do this stream. This is kind of my break-in test right now, as you can clearly see. The wireless light and the internet light are on, which means I'm broadcasting this over Wi-Fi. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say. Because I know there's a few things in my pipeline that I need to get done. Absolutely. And then, my biggest thing, like I mentioned, and I might do this in a separate live stream even today. We'll see what happens. I really do want to work on that compact Presario, and I really want to get it booting again. But the problem is that stupid file on the hard drive that prevents Windows from booting. Because, yeah, I can understand the message because I've read it before in English, but I got the French file, which is not helpful at all. So, like, I'm trying to replace this vmm32.vxd, and I just got a French file that doesn't help it matters any, and it was the same exact file from Windows 95C. So, it's like, for frig's sake. So, I'm hoping I don't have to reinstall Windows on that system, because it's got all the cool compact software on there. I mean, I could probably look it up on HP Compact's website and see if they're still available for download, but really, do I really want to waste a CD on that? I don't think so. I really don't. I mean, if they're there, I'll download them for absolutely sure. And then I'll burn them to a CD, and then I can probably reinstall that system to, you know, make it healthy and happy once again. But, you know, I mean, I don't think I'm going to find every single driver and piece of software that I'd like to demonstrate. It's all on there that I'd like to have, but, you know, who knows. So that's definitely something to, you know, come out the tubes later. But, yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hope this has come out okay. I don't know. Nobody commented about the quality. I guess it's coming out okay, because I'm doing this over Wi-Fi, and I guess my upload speed's good enough to do this. So, hooray. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. And I may or may not start a stream later today, if at all, the rest of this week. Because, I like to kind of squeeze these in and see if anybody would actually watch them. I'm not sure. I mean, I know I'm a growing YouTuber, so maybe I might, you know, get some viewer attention, get some suggestions in for things to play around with. Who knows? But, no, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I got stuff I got to do, so I think that was successful, I think. So, yeah. See what happens in the next one, I guess. I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to end it now.